um, basically the view what you need is this one, but maybe we wait a while. There's a 10, 9, 10 is here. Well, maybe we can start and then maybe they will get. I think I sent the email for about 60 persons. 60 persons. So it seems that there is the MEC. Is that MEC 18, 17 students here? Should have, right? Okay. Anyway, now if we start this one and thesis info, right? So lab University Applied Sciences thesis, it's the 15 credits, 0 credits, and it is about so that 15 credits about 27 hours, so it makes about 400 of student work. And if you are doing that the full-time job, it is like 10 or 12 weeks. So this is the quite big project, and it's it might be so that you are doing that, and it's quite normal way that you are doing that individual, but it is also possible that if you have a mate, if there is a 2 persons who are doing. I haven't got or supervised any thesis where has a 3 persons, but 2 I have. But it's quite normal that you are doing it alone. It is shared 3-part: starting and planning, implementing, and finalizing. That kind of that is so that it is easier to also to hear, to see which part you are going on, and these credits will come to your the thesis. But finally, when you have done all, you will get that 50 credits. So that's that starting and planning. The idea is that student is able to describe the objects and core contents of that thesis, what are doing, and you need to make a plan for that one. How do you will handle this whole process, and also if you are going to do some kind of research work where you need to use person information, then you need to also these research permits and copyright issues as well take care. Mainly, I can say that more than 90%, maybe 95% more than that one, you don't need that part at all. This technique you are doing the most of these thesis topics are so that you are doing some technical improvement or research for technology things, or make some notes for something, or instruction for some company or something like that, maybe the calculation things or something like that. So you don't ask or make an interview where you ask the person name and age and so on, that kind of things. So, but anyway, that's the at the beginning that one. So you need to make a project plan, how you are going to make your this thesis process. And then when you have done that one, then it is starting the time to implement it, and you are implement the thesis, and a student is able to implement the thesis on the basics of approved thesis plan. So what you have done on that first step, so you start to do it as you planned. And when you have done that one, then it's the time to finalize that one. and you have maybe there is some kind of presentation of results or outputs on thesis, and that reports on. You need to write that and use that thesis guidelines what we have in here lab, and also you need to write the maturity test, and finally there is also to publish your this thesis work. So these 3 steps, big few steps. So what you need to do that you can start to do this process? Well, first of all, you need to log into Peppi, and on Peppi you need to enroll 3 courses. Thesis planning, and there is that code. Thesis research and writing, that code. Thesis publication, that code. So all these 3 courses, when you have enrolled and someone staff is accept to you that process, then it will allow you to log in that thesis Moodle. We will look soon, but these three, and it takes about 1 hour after you have accepted to this one. I looked, some of your maybe are already enrolled these courses, and you have a permit to log in that Moodle course as well. Okay, then you have that personal study program, what you have, and these 3 courses where you will enroll. You need to enroll. These courses will not show up on your personal study program. But finally, when we will, you have done this one after registration, and when we have printed that your certificate here, or that your maybe that's the right word, that certificate, then you will see that your thesis grade and so on. So this is the more or less these 3 courses is the technical that you have to log in these 3 courses. And all this it comes because we changed that Moodle system, and we got a new Peppi system. So that is automatically you will switch that Moodle via that Peppi. And otherwise we have 3 courses, but now these 3 courses are done so that you have that one. Actually, there's two pages, which is the common page, and then your this mechanical engineering part. But we will look at one next. So these 3 courses you need to enroll, and this is the thesis this process looks like this. So these 3 parts: starting and planning, implementing, and then finalizing. And here that part is instructions that what you need to do, the steps what you need to do, implementation what steps what you need to do, and finalizing steps what you need to do. And now if we go and visit that page, wait a minute, not that one. Okay, I thought that I made here the link, but okay, I haven't done it. So I will go to Moodle page. Wait a minute, it might be here. And then you will come to this page. So there is the lab technology thesis, that kind of course. So there is done. Wait a minute, and I will go to role, change that as a student. So you will see it like this. And there is the welcome words here, and then there is that process. And from that process, you can get here information about that one. Maybe I haven't recorded, and maybe that link we will remove here. But anyway, the idea from that one, there is short instructions. What means that thesis? Read the thesis guidebook, and there is the link for these documents what you need to read. Now there is also the opened that elab.fi, where you can find all these documents, what we have here. They are the same documents. But here is some short introduction about these different topics. And for example, if you need that reporting template, you can download it here, or you can download it from the eLab pages. But here is the one, they are going to same link. And then you need to choose the thesis topic and fill it, and thesis topic form, and you can download that one, that thesis topic proposal form, and fill it, and then you need to return that education specific Moodle. So there is coming, still there is only that mechanical engineering studies is that education specific pages, but there is coming some other. So now you have only your pages are here. But this page is more or less information, and then here is the place where you return all your documents. And here is, if we look, there is that so the first step is that you have that thesis topic, you fill that document, and then you return it, that mechanical engineering and production technology. There is the place where you return it, and I will show that soon. But we will go a little bit, concentrate this page first. And then there is the cooperation agreement with work-life partner, and you can download this one, and that one also you can return, and you need to return it to that education specific Moodle. And this page, what you can see, and this one, this is done so commonly because we have here also that hospitality, we have a business, we have a civil engineering, we have in Lahti, we have another. So this is the whole lab. This is the same that process. And then there is a familiarize yourself with research permit, practice, and data protection. So, like I said, that if there is some, I have to fix that one. Okay, this is still old version. It is something, but anyway, there is, if you are doing and your issues related to person's data, then you will need that research purpose. Otherwise, no. So this should be, I will check that link. This needs to update, right? Then there is some courses where you can practice your writing lectures. Thesis writing lectures, and that there is the information for that one. So you can attend this one, and there is the link. It's not a PEPPI, it will be the Moodle course, and it belongs to that thesis process. So you just enrolled there, and it will be the non-stop. So there is several courses on that semester or semesters. So you can just pick up which is the best for you. And then there is the what you need to do is that before you can start is to make that plan, and you need to make that one, and then there is this education specific Moodle. There is the instructions for that one, and then you will follow these instructions. We will see that soon. And then when you have done this plan and you have discussed with your supervisor, then it start to do that work. And that is more or less, you have some kind of schedule for that one, and there is the meetings with supervisor and work-life partners, and then there is also then this thesis writing workshop where you can enroll. And there is a little bit different way in Lahti and Lappeenranta, but now there is the you will do that together with your English teacher, and there is the more information and how to enroll on that course. Then finally, when you have done this implement part, it's time to finalize and there is the some kind of presentation, and we haven't yet decided how you are going to do it. I think that it's not done earlier, and I'm not sure that how it is coming on a future. But if you are now starting this one, it might be so that you don't need to present that anywhere. This might be fixed during this one, because or where do you present? Maybe that will be you will make the presentation for the younger students, that what you have done, or some teachers. But that anyway, you need to be ready to make some kind of presentation your thesis, and then you have to check. We have a Turnitin, that kind of software, which will check that do you have how much you have a similarity in your work than some other what you can find, what will find from web or that thesis database or that Turnitin database. So it will compare that how many % you have a similarity, and there is idea that when you are implementing that one, you can test that during that process, that how many %, and you can change your text so that it's not copied somewhere if you have looked, and so it's the idea. But finally, when you are sending that, okay, now my work is ready, then you need to send that one, and only once. Otherwise, if you send that another time, it will show that, okay, it's 100% copied, even it is your own work. So send it only once when your work is ready. And there is some more information about that, how to use that Turnitin. But it is quite simple. It is same kind that what you are sending to Moodle packages you are sending, and it will just check it, and it will tell you how many % it was similarity. And there is then this writing. Wait a minute. Yep. Oh. Yes. Sorry. Now I'm checking this one. Writing the maturity test. So when you have upload your thesis to Turnitin, you are also to tell that it is now it's ready, and you will discuss with your supervisor, and also send that your report supervisor and language instructor, and this you can send to that our Moodle system, but that working life partner you need to send that by email, so they don't have access to our system. So this one, but also send email to supervisor and language instruction that now I have sent it that one. And same time when you are doing that one, that you have sent it that to similarity test, and you have send it that one to your supervisor. You will discuss with your supervisor, or maybe you have already discussed that, okay, now it is time to write that maturity test, and the maturity test, there is the instructions for that one, that what you need to take care on that maturity test. So here you can get all this information. And then finally, wait a minute, someone is trying to call me. And then there is that there is more information about that how to handle this one, send information but basically you send it, return your work to Moodle and send email this supervisor language instructor and also that working life partner. No, of course, there you will send also that document. And then there is the you need to make a self-assessment or feedback for thesis process on your way, conduct self-assessment and give feedback on the thesis process. And there is more what to do. And we have a one already done application which you can fill and return that one. And the normal way is so that what I have, for example, done is so that I will discuss, and maybe this is done the same time when you have that maturity test or you are filling this one. And then after you have sent that maturity test, we will discuss with that how that maturity test went and how was that yourself as someone and feedback for that thesis process. And then there is that discussion for that one. And then finally that supervisor gives you the promise that now it is you can upload and publish your thesis to Theseus system. So that is the steps here. And this, like I said, this page is more or less information. And then where all happenings is now that education specific pages. And now we will go to inside that mechanical engineering and production technology. And when I log this one, now I just look that I am here also the student. Right, okay. Here, right side, I can see that what I have done on these steps. So there is that kind of what I need to do. And that there is that starting and planning. Okay, some of these tasks are so that you just click here that okay, I have done it. I have been on introduction that one. And then there is, for example, that return the proposal of the thesis topic. Return it here. You can download it here as well. So you fill that one and return. And when it is evaluated, then you will get the email from that system that who will be your supervisor. And is that your topic? Is that accepted? And who will be the supervisor? If it's not accepted, then you need to fix that a little bit and send that again. And then we have if not every week, every second week, or odd weeks, we have a meeting, and we decided that who will supervise your thesis. And we have that mechanical engineering team teachers. We will decide that who will start to do it. Okay. And when you have got for example, if someone sent it, okay, and tells that okay, now it's Jouni's turn, or that topic is for me, then you will get that email that okay, Jouni Könönen is your supervisor. Then you need to come here and register for supervisor group. And when you open this one, you can now I can see only we are all in the same group. I can see now thesis group, but there you can pick up that okay, there is one who is already enrolled to me, but now I'm the student role, so I cannot do it. So later on you can just click that okay, I'm there, and okay, if I leave that group, so I can maybe I can now the enrolled. Okay, I may be enrolled here that, and then I will be the Jukka Nisonen member. And now then Jukka will see that I'm there. Okay, but that is the system that you need to register, and then you can put here that, okay, I have done it. And then finally you will see that, okay, where you are going on this process. And then there is the cooperation argument. So you can return it here. You can download it here as well if you don't want to see it on that first page. So we have a link here as well for that document. And then I think when you have a topic and someone is the supervisor, after we have decided who is the supervisor, maybe that supervisor also send instructions what to do. But then you can already start to do that thesis plan, and it should be contain these kind of things, and then you can return it here when it is ready. And then there is that read more thesis writing lectures, so you will get some information about that one if you need this kind. And I think that it might be very good if you go and enroll these courses as well. So this is that plan. And then it starts that implementing. And that implementing, we have here that you can check the similarity of the unfinished thesis, your work. So upload it here, and then you can see that how many % there is the similarity, some other. And you can fix that one, and you can test that several times. So it doesn't save that version any reference database yet. And here is some links, some this library links, and some other writing guidance, and so on. There is the instruction how to use the Turnitin. But here is that unfinished thesis, so you can check that one, your work before do it. And there is actually, I don't know why these are here, so that it needs to be. I think this should be so that you don't need to take it. But then finally, the finalizing all is almost ready. So it is going on this evaluation is going so that this language teacher will check your and give your tip for your work, and we don't have yet here that instruction how to or do we make a seminar? It might come here, but it's not yet here. I don't know. I have to ask that one. But now, basically, if you are now starting and you will finish your work, so you don't need to make a presentation on this, but it might come later on, and so that it comes so that when you are ready, you return your complete thesis for similarity check, and then only once send it here. It will save that reference database. Remember that one. And then same time when you are sending that one, you can send and return your complete thesis for evaluation. And also at the same time, send your language teacher, and your supervisor send email that you have done it. And then they will check it here, and the supervisor, maybe he has already read that maybe once, twice, maybe third time. It depends how often you have done this discussion, and he will check that how much you have a similarity on your work. And then when you have done that one, then it's time to start to do that maturity test, and you will get the instruction from that supervisor that how he will arrange that one. And on this time, how I have done it, I have done it so that I have a question. We have make a Teams or Zoom meeting, and I will give the topic for that maturity test, and the student has time 1.5 hour time to write that one, and we have kept that Zoom on online, so he can ask if any problems from that one. And I'm watching here that I'm doing my work here, and finally when he finished it, send me, and actually I will send or change that one as to turn it in. So it will check from this one that you don't copy it, your answer from your document or from web. So this will change. I hope very soon that it will be to turn it in. And then we have that self-evaluation, and maybe that might be done before you are starting to do that maturity test. And then when, like what I have done so that when I have that maturity test, we will, for example, we will decide that one, okay, it will be next Friday, and I will say that, okay, make that evaluation before that one, and when you are coming that maturity test, send it to me, and then you will get that maturity test. You will do it. After you have done it, then we will discuss that maturity test. I will read it in the same time, and then we discuss about that self-evaluation and that whole process, and then it will be finished that if all is okay. And then you will get the promise here that, okay, now it is time to complete thesis and publish that to the sales. So there is that kind of places where you return this one. Now I can see that this I have to fix here. But this is mainly this process, what happens, and after you have done this one, this publication, you have done that one, then you can start to do the next process, that what is the steps for the graduation. And now I will show the one website. I'm not sure that have you saw it, but now it is, because it is opened beginning of this year. So there is, wait a minute, there is that elab.lab.fi, and then there is the English pages, and this is the student pages where all information, for example, for that thesis will be, and for example, that completing studies, there is that kind of, there is thesis, and we have here the bachelor degree, what you are doing, not the master, you are doing the bachelor, and there is the same picture, there is the same files what you can find here. Also there is that one which I asked, which was in English, which was in Finnish. So it is here the updated this page. So all documents you will find here, but returning boxes are here, this in your mechanical engineering thesis on a Moodle website. Here you will return for your these applications or forms what you need to do. When you start to all is done and you have published that one, then it is time to go to home. It's time to graduation. So what you need to do, and you will find here on that page, is elab.lab.fi, and you will find that graduation. There is the graduation timetable. There is what you need to do things for a system. So there is the dates, degree certificate. So more information about that one. And information about that one. But on that time when you have finishing your thesis, and then your supervisor will tell you please, what are the next steps. But now, do you have any questions about that? There is from chat. Yeah, that's true. There is a hi. I have enrolled in the thesis planning course, but there is no information. Yes, there is no information because when you have enrolled all these 3 courses and you have accepted, then it will automatically show you. Wait a minute, I show these courses which are here going on. You will see Thesis lab technology. You can enroll this, or you have already enrolled, but this will come there, and also you will see here that. Wait a minute, I will put that to my thesis, and also there is, as you can see, I have these courses as well here, but these courses are empty. But where is now that lab, mechanical thesis lab, thesis lab? Why I cannot see it here? Here, thesis, mechanical engineering and production technology. So this one, those both courses you will see, and you can look in this one. You can do as I have done it here. I have done and put here that this is my favorite, and then when I put here that I want to look which are my favorites, I can see only these favorites what I have here. So that helps me to find this, because I have several courses like you maybe might have. But now this is where you can log in here, and it takes about, if you have enrolled these 3 courses, then it takes about 1 hour when you have accepted that course. And now if we continue a little bit, so that what are the student responsibilities here? So first of all, you need to read a little bit these instructions, what we have on that university. So you need to check this one, and then you need to make that thesis topic and make that application and return that one to Moodle. And if you have you need to make that cooperation agreement if you need that one. And then if you have that kind of things that you need to make that research permits, you need to read that one and fill these applications that what it needs. And then makes as a guidance and feedback that what you need to do, keeps in regular contact the supervisor and partner, and I have now the 3 guys who are working on and doing the thesis to one company, and we have done the discussion with that company, but not actually with these students. I haven't, maybe couple email, and we have changed, but that's it. We could keep contact more that what they have done, and what kind of things they might have, and how it is the process is going on. And then there is the participants in seminars. Okay, we don't. Wait a minute, we don't have that one. This is the whole system. But anyway, if there is coming some kind of changes during your thesis, you need to discuss with your supervisor for that one. If there is coming, that might be if you are doing some company, they say that okay, now there is some kind of delays for them, that system that you cannot continue, and that kind of things. If you have that kind of system, then discuss with your supervisor. Well, then implement implement and documents your thesis work, and you need to use that guidelines what we have in Lab University. So you have to follow that one, and if your supervisor give you some tips for that one, that how do you need to prove it, make these improvements, and so on. And then finds out what to do if the thesis contains confidential material. So what if you have a such of thing that it shouldn't publish this one? How to do that one? Well, I can say now the basic rule that try to do that kind of work that you don't need to take care about that one. But if it is, so do it so that you have some kind of appendix on your thesis where you are going to do that part, and you don't publish that appendix. That might be the very good way to do it. But then you need to write that your thesis so commonly that you don't how to say you don't show this confidential material. So you have to tell it so commonly that there is nothing secret on that one. Then you need to take the maturity test and then submit thesis report to Turnitin and upload thesis report to Theseus, and then make that self-assigned assessment and give the feedback thesis process. These are the student responsibilities. So, and all will start when you're reading these instructions, and there is the good instructions on that one. And now the repeat. So what to do? The first step, enrolled in PEPPI, and those are 3 courses. Then when you have accepted there, then log in that thesis, lab technology thesis process, and then find out, familiarize yourself with the thesis process and for these instructions, what are. And these instructions, without that you can find also here on PEPPI, not PEPPI, sorry, that lab, eLab, you will find it here if we take that home. So you can already, without that Moodle, you can see all that documentation. This is the public network. Right. Well, any questions?
I have a question.
Yep.
Yeah. In the planning phase, when we present the thesis topic, do we need to have the opponents we have another student
well now it's not yet here, and I don't know. Yeah, there is not that kind of seminar that you have opponents. Yeah, it's not yet included. So if you are starting to do that now, then we will tell you that if we have that kind of. But now I got the information that we don't have such of seminar on this semester, at least, that you need to make a seminar and opponents. We have that in that Finnish part. We have that one, but now it's not yet on your. Maybe it's coming on later on, but not yet. So if you are doing that your thesis this semester, then you don't need to make that presentation. So keep going and start to do that. But anyway, that's I think what we have done that in the Finnish part, it is so that it's not a hard thing to make that seminar. It is how to say it. You don't make that. What we have done in Finnish part, it is so that it is 60 or 80% ready work, so it's not the final version, and you will get the tips how to prove that your work on that and then there is the opponent as well, and you will make the presentation. It's 10-15 minutes, and then there is the supervisor, there is the language teacher who will give the feedback for that one, and give the tips, more tips that for that writing. But now you have these writing lectures and short courses. So go there, and you will get these tips for the writing tips. So I recommend that go these and enroll these courses. Okay, is there any other questions? So it all will start so that you send that proportion. Then we have here and say that okay, now this and this will be your supervisor. Then you make the plan and discuss with your supervisor, and then you start to do how you have planned. You start to do that one, and we evaluate that process. How do your process will handle? How do you handle this process? Because now that's more or less your individual project, and how now you show how well you have and how you can handle stress and that timing what you have planned. So that's
Johnny, I have a question here.
Right.
So while selecting the supervisor, like are we supposed to select them? Like how is that process go? How does that
process go so that you send that application? Wait a minute. I open that Moodle page. Is it that one? Yep, I will go here. So you send your document and return it. Wait a minute here. Return your agreement. No, sorry, not that one. Return proposal for the thesis topic, and then we have a once per 2 weeks we have a meeting where we discuss with teachers that whose topic that might be.
And like in case like if the thesis is from the company, then in that case, who are the teachers supervisor as well, or like is it from the company?
We will have our side will have a supervisor as well, and if you have discussed with some teacher already, and who knows that one, it might be so that that person is coming to supervisor. Like on your cases, I will be your supervisor.
Okay, I see. Yeah, because since the company is also involved and there are different processes, I was not sure like if you were the supervisor or the other person was the supervisor from company.
Yeah. I think well, it could be if it is so that for example, because we have so few persons here in Lappeenranta, it might be also that in Lahti some teacher will be a supervisor.
I see. Okay.
And that's my boss will make the decision that who will. But we will discuss with that one.
Okay. And one more thing. There is this participation in thesis information session. So is this the information session?
Yeah.
first
that
part.
one, yes, this is now that participate on that thesis information session.
I
Yes,
see.
this is, and
I see.
when you have done it, just cross it and you have done it. And now, finally, I show you now that now I have done it this one, but if I go to the, well, there is not so many of already, but if I go to my view, I can see here all students who are already here and what they have done.
Okay,
and
so
also,
you can mark them.
Yeah, I cannot mark. You have to do the marks.
Okay, we have to do it ourselves.
Yeah, but if I want to, for example, look here and look, my boss want to see that. Okay, what about Jouni? Okay, Jouni's this.
Okay, so
student this year has done this kind of things, and also they can also watch here that how this process is going and where these are on that process, because then we know that okay, how many of these, what we have to do, that year is coming to end, who will be who will graduate this year, because it's very important that we will get all these who are started already, that all will be the finished that thesis. So this is done also to help, and also my boss, he'd like to see that all, but for my purpose I just select mine and I can see that how my students are going. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So this helps also that helps also to you to follow that. Okay, which are the steps that I need to do?
Yeah. Sure.
Yep. So this is that published now, and I can see that there is several mistakes still, but I try to fix that so that all these will be ready. That there is a couple links what I have to update and so on. But then I also want some feedback when you are using this one. Finally, when we discuss that on that maturity test or something, that, or if you are starting to use it now, that how we can prove this, because this is now totally new for us. So we need the feedback from how to use this, which will be the better way to do this, or make this good, of course.
Definitely.
Yep. All right.
Okay, thank you very much. That is all my questions.
But yeah, that's and someone has asked, but you haven't, that how many percent must be or can be that when you are sending this finalized, or when you are sending this thesis to similarity check, what is the percent it must be or it can be, because you cannot make a system that it is the zero. There must be, if you have some references, you might have exact the same references you have used on some other student or some other. So that is it depends how much you have references, and also you can make a refer on your work, so you can tell that okay, this is on that source, and you can put this one, but you have to mark this correct way. On what I have, my students who have I have supervised, all of this has been less than 20%. Less than 20%. If you can get, for example, 15%, that then it will be very good. And it doesn't. But if you have 80%, that means that you have copied the most of your text.
Yeah.
So you need to make that one, and that's why this you can check the similarity of that finished thesis. So there you can check that how many percent I have already, and you can fix that text. And finally, when you return that on here, the finalizing part, then only once. Yep. Well, any questions?
Yes, I have a question as well. Okay. For instance, when we are doing the thesis work in a company, is it possible to get some more time than 3 weeks, 3 months?
Well,
thesis work?
yeah, well, that is what I saw this first, that it is 12 if you are doing that full time. But of course, if you are doing that part time, it might be longer this time.
Okay, so I can get more time, like for the thesis work. I don't have to finish it within 12 weeks.
Yeah, no. If well, if you are doing that full time, it might be so that you can do it until 10, 20. But if you are doing, like, if you are working that I'm not full time, what it is, 7 hour or 8 hour per day. So that means that we have in 1 month you are the working is about 100. Wait a minute, is it 160 hours? If you are doing that on some and you are doing the month work, so it is about that size. If we are making the 40 hour per week, so that is the 160. Oh, sorry, 4 times 4, 160. Yes. So if we have a 400 hours, so that means that it's about the 3 months, but it could be longer. But then make your plan as well that it is longer, that you are not doing that full time job.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to ask in the when we publish into the thesis, right? Yeah, like when we work with the company and they have something like secret, like company secret. So what about that? So like they don't allow to publish it to everyone can read it.
Well, the evaluation, if you read that instruction book and the criteria about that one, there is said that we will evaluate that what you will write on that one, and if you have for example, you have something which is the secret and confidential material, so make that as a appendix, and you just don't put that appendix on your thesis. You just put it. So you have on your, if I wait a minute, if I open where I can open that thesis. Well, not that one. Okay, it seems that it might be very good if I have it here as well, that thesis. We can find it here. So you have that. If I open the thesis process guide, the guidebook bachelor degree. So you have your first page and you have your content here and so on, and you have here your appendix. You just put here that confidential material, and it is not published. So you don't publish it. It is on your this appendix, that confidential part. But for example, like I said, if you have this kind of, someone might have this link might be some other work, this link some other work. So you have to have some percent dissimilarity in your work. But that confidential part, like I said, I think that is the most easiest way to do it, so that you have some appendix on that your system, and you just forgot that to put it there, or to just type here that confidential material, that appendix. Yeah, but read that. I recommend it that you will look that one, that how to, and that what and how this thesis process is thought that it will go on here. There is more specific information than I just told here. So it is, so you can read that. So read that one, and then you know that there is the same idea, the same pictures, and a little bit more in text format, that what we have discussed here. And there is more information as well, that one. Copyrights and some different formats and so on. But anyway, read that one, and then it is you know more that one. But anyway, the first steps are the enroll this PEPI courses, and then I promise that if you are now going to enroll this one, I will accept you to today there, and then you will get on a weekend. It takes 1 or 2 hours, and then you can log in that thesis Moodle. Right. Well, any other questions? Well, if not, then it is time to, or it's time to start the weekend, and I just tell you to have have a nice weekend. And Ram and Sisri, how to pronounce your name? So we will see you on Monday.
It's Sisir.
Say again.
It's Sisir.
Sisir.
Yeah.
Sisir. Okay, Sisir. So we will see you on Monday, and I have your computers here.
Okay. Yeah.
If we have any more questions, can we ask you on Monday in the course of
right
Project B?
Or do we have a Monday lectures?
On Tuesday. On Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah. Sure. Yes. Sure. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Have a nice weekend.
You too.